Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am of course Tyler Mumbles Woodward, and I kind of want to talk about the news that set the world ablaze with CM Punk and AEW in talks. Also the other news as well from PowerSlam, with PowerSlam saying that Daniel Bryan is seemingly signed with AEW. I want to get my quick thoughts on it. I want to give you my thoughts on it actually, and I want to tell you how I feel about it and how they should debut them. So obviously, like, subscribe at the bottom, comment down below what you think about this news, because honestly, this set the world ablaze. So I'm going to read the Fightful Select report from Batum so I don't miss anything out. CM Punk in talks for an in-ring return. One of the biggest stars of wrestling in this century could be heading back to wrestling. If all goes well, CM Punk has been in ongoing talks for a return, sources tell Fightful. Fightful Select learned last week that CM Punk have been in talks to make a return to pro wrestling as an in-ring performer, with sources indicating AEW is the most likely landing point. We have no confirmation of a contract officially being signed, a timetable set, return date set, or any creative plans. Only that Punk and a company have officially had ongoing conversations about an in-ring return. As with any negotiations, nothing is ever fully confirmed until the deal is actually done and the subject appears on screen. We have heard of other companies having interest in Punk. Another report come out that Ring of Honor was in talks with him. I'll just breeze past that. But have not heard of any particular offers or overtures made towards him. Fightful has not officially confirmed this report with CM Punk or AEW officials. We have been told in recent days that higher ups in WWE believes that Punk is heading to AEW. Punk last wrestled in January 2014 for WWE and was released later that year. In years that followed, he pursued a career in mixed martial arts in the UFC, where it officially has the record of 1 win, 1 loss even, and 1 no contest. In addition to MMA, Punk has worked on commentary roles within the sport and has made his way into acting. He also appeared on WWE Backstage, remember that? WWE Backstage for approximately 6 months. Aside from his appearances on Backstage, he only made 2 appearances in wrestling since leaving WWE, both very anomalous mask roles on the independent circuit. So really, this kind of shows that Punk is looking for an in-ring return. I think with an in-ring return, it has to. I feel like Punk wants that creative control with his character, with what he's going to be doing, and AEW is the best place to do it, because we all saw what happened with WWE. WWE didn't give him enough control. There was no end goal for him. Punk wanted that WrestleMania main event and never got it. That guy deserves to be in a company that's going to fulfill him creatively in the ring, outside the ring, with character work and all that. So again, this is going to be a good get for AEW, because I know AEW is already stacked as it is, but oh my god, could you imagine the pop? Just imagine the world going on fire. Cultaholic's going to go insane. We're going to go insane. Freaking Wrestle Talk's going to go insane. Going in Raw, Fightful going to go insane. Queen of the Ring, flipping, even Wrestling News Now, New Rumor, the wrestling world is going to be set ablaze. WrestleScope's going to go crazy. Like, this report is going to, if he does turn up in AEW, the world is going to be set alight. And Punk knows it. You know, I mean, Punk knows how to play the fans, the news reporters. Like, he knows how to play us. So yeah, he's definitely going to be longing this out for as long as possible before even turning up on an AEW show. And I cannot wait for him to turn up, which moves into my next point. So, how do AEW return CM Punk to the ring? It's quite a simple thing. The Dynamite before All Out, we all know it's going to be in Chicago. All Out is going to be in Chicago because that's where everything begins. It started with All Out, the first All Out, the second All Out. Wait, no, sorry, the second All Out was in Daly's place because of the pandemic. But they are returning to Chicago for All Out. So, we have Kenny and Hangman in a contract signing. Kenny and Hangman do not touch each other. They sign the contract, it's all civil. Kenny is trying to bait Omega into attacking him, and he just laughs it off. Kenny just starts laughing in his face, and the Good Brothers attack Hangman. So, a big brawl ensues. Hangman's taking out every guy left, right and centre. We get the Dark Order come out to keep the feud going between the Young Bucks and Dark Order, because we all know at Fight for the Fallen they are doing the 10-man elimination match, where if they win, the Dark Order get a tag title shot, as well as Hangman getting his AEW title shot. So we've had the contract signing, a big brawl ensures. The Good Brother, the Super Elite, get the upper hand, and all you hear is complete pop, massive pop, like the crowd goes absolutely wild, but no one comes out. We get the copyright sign right on the side, and that is it. So we get to All Out. Everyone is anticipating this. Everyone is anticipating Punk to come out. What's he going to be doing? Why is Punk here? Okay. We get to the Casino Battle Royal. We have everyone's come in, like spades, hearts, clubs. I can't remember the rest of them, but it doesn't matter. We get to the Joker card, and everyone's anticipating Punk. And it is Punk. We get look in my eyes, what do you see? It's a cult of personality. Punk comes out, he does the whole kneeling on the floor, checking his time, it's clobbering time. He bolts to the ring. GTS to Matt Hardy, he gets thrown out. GTS to Matt Sydal, he gets thrown out. GTS to Marco Stunt, the poor bugger, he gets thrown out. Everyone gets thrown out, and the last two people in there are Jungle Boy and CM Punk. And you're probably thinking, oh, Jungle Boy's going to do it again. He's going to beat another legend of the business to get to another title shot with either Kenny or Hangman. There is a few hope spots. There is, like, the crowd is losing their absolute shit. And we get to the final stage where Punk's thrown Jungle Boy out of the ring, but he's jumped on, landed on the apron, and he's just staring him down. He flips over, but he gets caught in a fireman's carry. GTS gets thrown out of the ring. Punk wins the Battle Royal. And the crowd lose their shit. The huge pops, Chicago goes mental. There's fucking Ring of Honor streamers. There's people just throwing shit in there. Like, they are losing their damn mind over this. So we get to the main event: Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page, All Out. I'm going to put a bold prediction out here. Kenny wins this. So Kenny, we have Hangman come out on he does this big elaborate entrance. He comes out on a horse, probably Horse Helmsley too, because the first one died, unfortunately, God rest his soul. But we have that match as an intense match, as an emotional match, and it gets to a point where he's about to hit that. He is going to hit the bug shot, but he gets caught by a V trigger. And you're probably thinking, Tyler, is he going to kick out the One Wing Angel? He's not going to kick out the One Wing Angel. He puts him on his shoulders, fireman's carry, One Winged Angel, 1, 2, 3, done's the deal. So we have the Good Brothers, the Young Bucks, and Kenny, and Don Callis in the ring, and they're celebrating. It's like, we've done it. We finally rid of Hangman. And Kenny's eyes like glaze over in desperate, in like a realization that Punk is next. And then to close off the show, we get for the second time. And who walked out? CM Punk walks out. And we get the first standoff between Kenny Omega and CM Punk. And that's how they end All Out. No brawl, no nothing, just a stare down between Punk and Omega. So that's how I would book it. Got really intense, but that's how I would book. That's how I would book Punk's return. Now I move on to Daniel Bryan's return. Well, Daniel Bryan's debut. How I would book Daniel Bryan's debut into AEW. So I'm recording this the week before. I'm recording this a few days before Nick Gage versus Chris Jericho. No disqualification match. You'll see where I'm going with this. So we get Punk. Sorry, talking about the wrong guy here. So we get Gage versus Jericho, no DQ. It is a bloody affair, because sure as hell no, if Nick fucking Gage is going to be in there, it's going to be a bloody affair. So Jericho wins by smashing a light tube over Gage's head, and to top it all off, Gage is like staggering, Judas effect to Gage, and he falls. Jericho falls into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Then we get to because obviously he's going to be on commentary like he was for the first Labour. We got MJF on the mic. Stop the music, rah rah rah. You think you can beat him? Yeah, rah 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 rah. His mic gets cut off, and you start seeing a clock that starts ticking down. It's like a few days before, days before All Out, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's counting down, and we cut back to MJF, and he goes, "What the hell was that? Who's this? What is this going to be? Y2J? What the hell? This is your doing, Jericho. So this is who you're going to fight for the third labor, Sammy Guevara." So Sammy Guevara is forced to fight Jericho on the next week's Dynamite. It's going to be intense. It's going to be emotional. We get that match. It's going to be a sad match because Guevara sees Jericho as a mentor, and he doesn't want to fight his mentor, but out of respect for Jericho, he's going to fight him. Jericho obviously wins. After the match, the countdown again. A few days have obviously passed. It's keep going down. Fourth labor of Jericho. It's versus Wardlow in a steel cage match. We have Wardlow versus Jericho set for the next week's Dynamite. It's a hard match because Wardlow is awesome. I don't know if you know this about him, but he's a beast. Wardlow's a scary guy. Like there's a few times where Wardlow's even gonna win. Like he hits the F10 3 times, and instead of going for the cover, he's just throwing elbows at Jericho. He starts to cut. He like bleeds now again. This is like starts bleeding. It's brutal. Like he's raining in these elbows, raining them in, and Jericho wins with a surprise roll up. Then everything's going on, and it's 3 days before All Out on the timer. So that's the fourth labor. That's the fourth labor done. Now the fifth labor is MJF. We get MJF versus Jericho at All Out. It's intense because this rivalry's been intense, and I really want this Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle to end. I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, I am enjoying it, but it needs to be the end. So, MJF beats Jericho, and his music starts to hit. His music hits and everything like that. He grabs the mic and he goes, "Is this the guy you want to be? Is this the guy you still want to be around? Is this the future of AEW? No, because I'm the future of AE." Before he gets the W out, the screen bursts into life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the final countdown. Out comes Bryan Danielson. Looks like the American Dragon. He doesn't look like the Yes Movement Daniel Bryan. Doesn't look like the Planet's Champion Daniel Bryan. He looks like Bryan Danielson. He runs. He comes out, runs in, and just stares MJF down. Does not say a word, because we all know the world is going to lose their mind. All Out is going to be something amazing, and having the likes of Punk and Bryan Danielson on that show is going to cap off why everyone should be watching AEW, because they do things right. So, Daniels, MJF, stare down, not a word. We get to Wednesday night on Dynamite. MJF is out there bragging about why he's out there bragging. I beat Jericho. He's now retired. He's now disappeared. He's going off trying to sing with his dads in Judas, in Fozzy. Final countdown hits again. Out comes Daniel Bryan again. Pinnacle surround Danielson. And he's got a mic in hand and he goes, "So you're the future of AEW, huh? Well, I've been the future of this future of wrestling for a long damn time. And I'm sick of carrying it on my back." Running knee to MJF. That is it. The Pinnacle are in shock. They don't know what to do. And they just leave the ring because they don't know what to do, because this guy is coming in to destroy. So yeah, that's how I would book Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson, because we've got to call him that now. And this really works out for Bryan Danielson, because he can now go and work with New Japan, work with Ring of Honor, work with MLW, because there is so many working relationships within AEW. It's going to be massive for everyone in the industry. And I cannot wait, as a wrestling fan, to watch this go down. I cannot wait. And it's going to be exciting to watch this as a fan. It boggles the mind of how well the wrestling world has been, even through a pandemic, and it's made me proud to be a wrestling fan. So guys, that has been the video. How would you book Punk's AEW debut and Bryan Danielson's AEW debut? Like and subscribe at the bottom, of course. And guys, I shall see you on the next one.